Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anca and I do art and illustration related videos and sometimes tattoo related videos. So if you're into that, make sure you subscribe and check out the other videos on my channel. So in today's video, I thought it would be fun to do kind of a 2023 recap. I will be sharing some of my favorite art supplies with you. I will also be sharing some of my favorite tattoos I have done this year if you're interested in that, and also my plans for 2024. And overall, just a quick recap of how my year was. So I will be splitting this up into chapters. If you're not interested in one thing or another, then you can just skip by. But I will start with my favorite art supplies, and then move on to my favorite tattoos, and then to plans for 2024 and a small recap of 2023. So in terms of art supplies, this year I definitely didn't draw as much in traditional mediums as I would have liked to. I mostly did digital drawing, so that's why I will include my iPad in my favorite art supplies. The iPad is from 2019 and a pretty basic iPad. It was really cheap. My boyfriend got it for me as a gift and I have used it for tattoos, for illustrations for Patreon, for creating products on it. So Procreate is the main thing I use on it, and I definitely recommend it if you're looking to get into tattoos or if you want to do digital illustration. In terms of sketchbooks, I haven't really used my sketchbook that much because, as I said, I worked on the iPad a lot. I have done a lot of mini illustrations for Patreon, which are just on plain paper. But the sketchbook I used the most was this Hanemühle sketchbook. It's relatively small in size. It comes with colored toned paper and it's great for all mediums. I have started painting in it a lot, and my plan is to do pencil drawings in it for the remainder of it. I want to go back to basic drawing skills and use more pencils just because I feel it helps a lot with my tattooing. So this sketchbook, I don't remember the price of it, but I will definitely link it in the description box. I like it because it's small and I can do small sketches whenever I feel like it. So my plan is to finish it for 2024, but if you're looking for a small and high quality sketchbook with toned paper, then I definitely recommend this. So in terms of art supplies, like actual art supplies, this pencil set from Crelando, which is actually a Lidl brand, has been a lifesaver. I've used it for most of my sketching and for sketchbook work. It comes with a lot of different pencils from H to B's and with an eraser and also a pencil sharpener. So I also got it as a gift from my father last year for Christmas, and this is a great pencil kit for anybody who loves pencil work or just needs a good pencil set. In terms of markers, I have been loving this Ohuhu pastel marker set. The set comes with 48 colors. It's a pretty large set and the colors are really beautiful. It's the pastel version, but they also have a normal version with regular colors. These are alcohol-based markers and I've used them a lot for shading. They blend really well together. I use them a lot for background purposes, so adding background to my illustrations and making smooth blends with them. I really love the color choices. I think they fit my illustrations really well, and I do have a review video all about them, so I will link it somewhere on the screen. In terms of watercolor, one of my favorite staple watercolor palette will always be the Prima watercolors in Woodlands. It's something I use for about 3 years now, or 4. I love it. It's discontinued. I'm sorry about that. If you can find it somewhere on Amazon, go get it. It's the best watercolor palette for my style of illustration. It has the perfect colors for pet portraits or for landscapes or any type of nature inspired illustration. I've had it for quite a while now and I still have a lot more paint in it. The paints have not gone bad, so this I think will be forever in my favorites videos. If you're looking to get something cheaper and more affordable, if you have a Lidl next to you, then I definitely recommend this Crelando watercolor palette. It has all the colors you would need. As you can see, it has a mixing palette as well. It comes with a water brush and a sponge for cleaning your water brush. It's very cheap. You don't find it all the time at Lidl, but I have really been loving it. It's kind of similar to the Arteza watercolor set, and I know I haven't shared it a lot on my channel, but I have used it in sketchbooks and in paintings and mini illustrations for patrons. So if you're looking to get something with a lot of colors, then definitely check out your leader's store. And the last art supply that was pretty surprising to me are some acrylic paints by Artistro. I will try to show you guys the set. It's pretty large. It comes with 24 colors. The black and the white are higher in quantity just because you use that a lot in your painting, but the main reason I like this was because I use them a lot for my clay projects. So I have done clay pins and clay magnets and clay trays with them. They are very good quality. They are pretty opaque. Some colors do require 2 layers, but overall I think they are very affordable. You get a lot of color in them, and if you're looking for a beginner style acrylic set, then I would definitely recommend Artistro. Artistro has had some of my favorite art supplies throughout the years. I love their paint pens, and I'm sure they have a lot more amazing art supplies which I haven't tried yet. So these are my most used art supplies in 2023. These are things I have reached for a lot. They're not necessarily my favorites from all my collection, but these are things I have used this year particularly. Now I will be moving on to favorite tattoos I have done this year. As you know, this year has been a pretty important one. I quit my full-time job to become a tattoo artist, and I have done quite a bit of tattooing this year, so I will share with you 5 of my favorite tattoos. So the first one is this cat artistic brush kind of tattoo. The tattoo was made for a friend in the beginning stages of my apprenticeship. It was one of the first times I have used color, and I did a more complex type of tattoo. I really like the design. The design was made by me. It was a really cool project, especially in terms of composition and in terms of techniques used. I used dot work, I used color packing, I used lined work, and it was a very difficult one for me, especially since I was in the beginning, but the tattoo turned out great. The healing process was a bit of a tricky situation because the handle from the paintbrush had a bit of difficulty healing up. I did overwork the skin a bit while packing color, and this is something that I struggled with in the beginning, and yeah, I think it's one of my best tattoos yet. So the next tattoo is this kind of contemporary landscape type of tattoo. I think this was actually the first time I used color in a tattoo for the leaves. It was done also on a friend in the beginning stages, and it's to this day I think one of my favorites. I used dot work to create this tattoo and color packing, and the tattoo took about 5 hours. So I think just in terms of the design of the tattoo, I really liked it, and it was overall a very good session, and it healed up really nicely. So definitely something I aspire to with each tattoo. The next tattoo I think really showcases my evolution as a tattoo artist is this stomach butterfly situation. I did this for a very dear client of mine. It's her third tattoo that I did on her. The second and first one are this dot work bird tattoo and this ladybug tattoo. I love these also, but the stomach butterfly is special to me because I feel that the stomach is a really difficult area to tattoo. You have to be very careful because the skin is constantly moving because of the breathing. So it was a very difficult thing to tattoo and make the lines sharp and make the symmetry look good, but I think overall it turned out really well. It was a lot of color packing as well, and by the end of the session the client was in a lot of pain, but she triumphantly went through it, and I'm so proud of this tattoo. So the next one is a pretty recent one. It's the See No Evil, Hear No Evil, Speak No Evil tattoo. This design I made for my brother. It's a custom made design, and we did it a few weeks ago actually. I really like the initial design, and I really like the contrast between the red and the line work and the graphic kind of style of the monkeys. So I'm very proud of this one. He did have a bit of trouble healing it. He has diabetes as well, which kind of interrupts with the healing process if you're not very careful with your blood sugars. There will be probably a retouch at some point for the red areas, but overall I'm very proud of this. And the last tattoo that I really love is this Lady Gaga full body portrait in a kind of illustrative style. This client was a very special client. I loved working with him. He asked for 13 tattoos in 2 days, which was kind of an impossible task. We only did like 8 tattoos, I think. So this Lady Gaga one was the bigger one, and the rest were kind of smaller ones. I will insert some pictures of the smaller ones as well. But the reason I like this Lady Gaga one was because I attempted kind of a realistic touch to it, which was the first time doing it, and I think it turned out great. I like the illustration, I like the subject matter, and the client was very happy with it, so that's mainly what matters to me the most. Of course, I want to do amazing tattoos, but sometimes clients want things I'm not really into. I do try to make the best tattoo I can for them, but this one in particular and this client was very special to me, and he will be coming back for the rest of the 4 tattoos, and I'm very much looking forward to that. So basically, these are my favorite tattoos. Of course, I have done others which I really like, but these are the ones that really stand out to me, and these are the ones I am most proud of from this year. For 2024, my plan is to grow my client base, of course. I also want to start guest spotting, at first in Romania, and hopefully in the future somewhere in Europe. I'm thinking Germany would be a good place to start. I know a lot of artists go to Berlin and stuff like that, so I would love to go guest spotting. The problem with that is that you have to have 2 years experience in the tattoo field, so maybe it's a plan for 2025 to go in Europe, but I would love to go to shop in Romania. And also, I do want to try out more techniques in the future. I want to learn more about tattooing and just become a better tattoo artist. I think 2023 was a very kind year for me. It was probably one of the most difficult years in my life and one of the most satisfying as well. Changing a job that I have been at for 9 years was a really difficult decision for me, and it was very hard to make that transition while having an illustration business on the side and while going to the tattoo shop whenever I could find time. So I'm really proud of myself that I managed to do so, and I don't know, man, I'm getting emotional here, but yeah, it's something I'm really proud of, and 2023 will always be a staple year in my life when I decided to take things into my own hands and to start living life as I should. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my content in 2023. I know I haven't really been posting content that was so interesting, but it was really difficult filming and juggling all these things I had going on. But now I feel my life is more settled. I'm starting to get into a routine that I like. I'm starting to have clients on a regular basis. So things are looking up, and I hope 2024 will not disappoint. And I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. Thank you so much for your support through Patreon, through the shop, through YouTube, through whatever means it may be. I'm eternally grateful for you guys. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!